This is the new Yalu River Bridge, a bridge that is known today as the bridge to nowhere between China and North Korea. Spanning the Yalu River Bridge, this is a cable-stay bridge spanning 3 kilometers with a main span of 636 meters. Construction started in 2011 but stopped in 2014 because of the sanctions on North Korea due to their nuclear program. Construction resumed in 2019 but stopped in 2020 due to COVID-19. In October 2021, it was reported that the bridge was complete on the Korean side and is due to open soon. Well, not really. The bridge leads to a dirt field in North Korea with a 4-kilometer national highway that's still under construction. To understand the reason, we have to understand the geopolitical problem between North Korea and China and the challenges during the construction of the bridge. Hi, my name is Joseph and you're watching The Young Hero Engineer, and today we are going to take a closer look at the new Yalu River Bridge, a stunning engineering marvel that's been in construction for over a decade now. The new Yalu River Bridge, also known as China-North Korea Friendship Bridge, is located in the city of Dandong in northeastern China, Liaoning Province. The bridge spans the Yalu River, which forms the natural border between China and North Korea, and connects the Chinese city of Dandong with the North Korean city of Sinŭiju. The bridge is located 10 kilometers away from the current existing bridge that was constructed in 1943. At first glance, Dandong, with its 1.8 million people, looks like any other second-tier Chinese city. But it is also the main trade line for North Korea with the North Korean city of Sinŭiju. At least 70% of all trade in and out of this isolated country happens between these twin cities, and upward of 20,000 North Koreans work in Dandong. Not to mention, this is the easiest escape route for North Korean from North Korea if you can swim 500 meters across the river or just walk the frozen river during winter. Therefore, to control things by the communist regime of North Korea, the new bridge was built away from the city of Sinŭiju. Alongside the current bridge, there is a broken bridge known as the Yalu River Broken Bridge, which was damaged during the Korean War. The bridge was built between 1911 and 1912 and was the first bridge between China and North Korea, constructed by the Imperial Japanese Army during their occupation of Korea and northeast China. And it was a steel truss bridge with a total length of 944 meters and a width of 11 meters with the 12 spans. Its fourth span can be rotated to allow for passing of tall ships. Originally, this was a double-track railway bridge that boosted trade between the two nations. This bridge wasn't enough for trade between the two countries. In 1937, construction began on the Sino-Korean Friendship Bridge, designed by Japanese engineers and was built between 1937 and 1943. This was a truss bridge with a total length of 940 meters and a width of 10 meters. It has a single train track and a single lane of road traffic, though one only can be used at a time. Despite the simplicity of the design, it reflected the architectural style of the time and was considered a significant engineering achievement at that time. Until the Korean War in 1950, North Korea forces decided to invade South Korea. This conflict that took place from 1950 to 1953 on the Korean Peninsula. The war involved the United States, which supported South Korea, and China, which supported North Korea, along with other countries that provided troops and resources to both sides. The goal was to unify the entire Korean peninsula under the communist rule, which South Korea was opposed to. The conflict resulted in the division of Korea into two separate countries, North Korea and South Korea, and the creation of the Demilitarized Zone, or the DMZ, which still divides the North and South Korea today. Both bridges sustained multiple bombing from US Air Force, which tried to cut down the flow of supply between North Korea and China. The Yalu River Broken Bridge was never repaired, and today it only spans a few piers from China's side, and it has become a tourist attraction. The Sino-Korean Friendship Bridge was partially destroyed on the Korean side and was later repaired by North Koreans and served as a trade line between the two nations till today. In 2011, plans began to construct the new Yalu River Bridge, a modern cable-stayed bridge that spans 3 kilometers, making it the longest bridge on the China-North Korea border. The bridge has 4 lanes with 636 main span and a height of 194 meters. The bridge was expected to finish in 2014. China facilitated the engineering and construction of the bridge, with most of the funding with a budget of $350 million. But construction stopped for half a decade because of the political issues and the nuclear program by North Korea, which rest of the world was not in line with. It is estimated that North Korea have around 40 to 50 nuclear heads, for a country with a GDP of 28 billion, while South Korea have a GDP of 1.8 trillion, which is almost 7 times the GDP of North Korea and double the number of population, but has 0 nuclear weapons. This has led to economic sanctions, which affected funding and eventually put the project on hold between 2014 to 2019. In a way, for Kim Jong-un, this was a small price to pay to become the 9th country to hold nuclear weapons. At that time, the bridge was not finished on the Korean side. The bridge construction was stopped again in 2020 because of COVID-19 and resumed for construction in 2021. Today, the bridge leads to a dirt field in North Korea. The current plan was to make a custom office and an industrial complex of 1 square kilometers, to employ North Korean workers to process raw materials imported from China. The finished goods will be exported back to China, taking advantage of the low labor cost to boost the North Korean economy. This was supposed to finish by 2021, but nothing has changed since. The construction of the national highway, which should connect the new Yalu River Bridge to the city of Sinju, is still under construction. The bridge is supposed to handle 20,000 cars a day. However, due to the restricted regime of North Korea and the nature of the political issue, this bridge will most likely never experience such a daily load of car volume. But there's a few things that couldn't be done differently. Instead of building a bridge that is 10 kilometers from the current transport route, this bridge could have been built next to the old bridges, which cut down travel from 24 kilometers to only 2 kilometers. While the Customs Authority appeared to prefer the more easily controllable method of rail transport. I mean, if you are building a modern cable-stayed bridge, why not add 2 railway lanes to be integrated with the current infrastructure? And then you can decommission the old Yalu River Bridge that only allows for a single flow of traffic at a time. This may seem like a clever idea because they're trying to keep everything in control, or maybe they just haven't given this project much thought. I will leave the rest to you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Currently, this bridge sits as a monument of the ambition of those two nations to boost trade, awaiting the day when it can be used for its intended purpose. However, for now, it is just a waste of resources of a bridge that only handles a few hundreds of vehicles a day instead of thousands. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the Young Hero Engineer. And if you enjoyed this video, there's other videos for you can watch. I will see you in the next video. Cheers.